Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading for the week, so if you guys want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few quick things before we get to the cards though. Number one, if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also included a list of the decks I'm using for this reading, as well as timestamps for this reading, and links to my social media if you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, if you want to skip around in the reading. It's all there in the description. Check it out if you're interested. Um, Finally, I am available for private readings. There is a QR code in the frame somewhere that will take you to my commissions page. If you are interested in that, please consider it. Please don't worry if you can't do that right now. If that's not something you're comfortable doing, totally okay. But it is there for your consideration. So thank you for that. And finally, there is a bonus reading at the end of the video, so check the description for the timestamp if you just want to skip over and watch that. So I'm excited to share that with you, and thank you for your patience. Okay, so if you are new here, if this is the first time seeing a reading with me, what I like to do is I like to read both oracle cards and tarot cards. I find that gives a complete picture of the energy. So we're going to start with some oracles, and then we'll get into our tarot after that, and hopefully something of that will resonate. So let's get started. Okay, so for our main energy here, we're going to start with my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Okay. My outer experiences are a reflection of my current condition, my internal condition. I think I read that accurately the second time. Anyway, there is that. Okay. Okay. All right. We have the air and fire dragon, which expands your creative energies. And it says, harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. Okay. There's the air and fire dragon. Interesting. Interesting. I like that we're seeing that. Air and fire dragon. We have the bear, which says, use power with wisdom. Okay. Okay. So there is the bear. Okay. And we have the scholar. Okay. We have the scholar. What's interesting to me about this here is that we have 3 of the 4 cards to me. Yeah, 3 of the 4 cards to me are suggesting a lot of mental acuity. Like there's something in your situation right now that's putting you very much in your head. And while you're very smart, you're very passionate, you're very observant, okay? And I think right now you're observing a sense of your energy being very much the type of energy to be making you think. You're having a lot of ideas, okay? You're definitely bringing up a lot of ideas, and they're very creative, which I love to see here. Very creative, okay? it's putting you, it's maybe putting you in a place where you're feeling this influx of energy and you really, really want to do something with it, okay? But there's excuse me, excuse me, much like what just happened to me just now, there's something in this situation that is having you rush, okay? Excuse me, the impulse is that you want to rush this energy, and that might not be such a good idea, okay? It might not be such a good idea because while this energy is abundant, it's flowing, it feels good. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, I think some of you have been feeling a little stagnated. Okay, it's kind of the stuck energy is coming out here. You need to apply some past experience to this current situation, okay? And I'm saying it because we have this bear card. It says, apply some wisdom to the situation. You have power in your hands right now. Meet it out wisely, okay? And you have the knowledge of past experience, okay? You've been through something to get you here, and it's like, oh, this is, I love where I am right now. How can I make the most of it? Okay. I love where I am right now. How can I make the most of it? And this is good. Okay. All of what I just said is good because you have, again, you have the wisdom of prior experience. Okay. The experiences that you are having right now, the way you're experiencing life and your external, okay, is reflecting the internal in that you're feeling good in the situation right now, okay? But again, applying some knowledge and the wisdom of past experiences to this current energy, I think will be of very, very good benefit to you right now, okay? Okay, so that was our oracle. Let's dig into our tarot and see what we need to see, okay? How I'm going to do the tarot, we're going to look at some more main energy, but I do want to see some hidden and clarifying energy to kind of supplement everything after that. So let's see what we need to see from our tarot. Okay. What do we need to see from our tarot? Okay. Okay. So, to get started with our tarot, okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Okay, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is interesting, and I like to see this. Okay, I like to see this because, first of all, some of you are resonating with this if you are, I don't, if you know the elements that are associated with your zodiacs. By that I mean fire signs. If you are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this might be a strong reading for you because we have a lot of fire. Okay, we're starting off with a lot of fire here. Let me bring up that dragon card here. Yeah, we're starting off with a lot of fire here. Okay, and this is an important thing to feel. Okay, there's our dragon card. I think this is an important thing to feel, like I said, because we have all this creative influx of energy here. Okay, and it's a new feeling, all right? It's something new that's come your way, because I feel there's a period where you've been stagnated, you felt stuck, okay? If that's the case, okay, you're not feeling stuck anymore. You're really not feeling stuck anymore. In fact, things are going to start moving really quick. Okay, this Eight of Wands is rapid fire movement here. Okay, now, for some reason, I feel compelled to say some of you are on the defensive, because things might be changing. Okay, things might be changing, and they might be changing really quick. Very suddenly, actually. What you should know from that is that you are safe. Okay, this Nine of Cups to me is emotional, spiritual, maybe even physical safety. Okay, the point is that you're safe. Okay, you're not as stuck as you're feeling. That you're not as stuck as you may have been feeling. Okay, which I love to see for you. Okay, but because it's moving so fast, that might be bringing up a little bit of insecurity. You are safe. Okay, don't deny yourself the right to feel weird. Okay, if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's okay. Okay, acknowledge it and process it. Okay, but know that whatever happens is going to be okay. You are safe. Okay, let's see what else we need to see. What else do we need to see here? Okay. Okay. So we're going to see the Three of Wands. We're going to see the Three of Wands. Okay. Three of Wands. We've got Three of Wands, Three of Swords. Three of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay. Three of Wands, Three of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. Three of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So, once again, this is very interesting. Okay. It's interesting because I think, you know what? Let's talk about the stuck feeling you've probably been in for a while. Yeah. Something caused you to, it was this record scratch moment. Okay. Whatever happened really scratched it up, right? And by that I mean like there was like this thing that had you double taking, it had you pause, okay? It probably caused you to feel a little bit of hurt, okay? In fact, more than a little bit of hurt, this was a lot of hurt, okay? This Three of Swords, that's heartache from all sides here, okay? This has taken a little bit of healing, okay? It's taken a little bit of time to heal, okay? This Three of Wands here is, it's patience. You've had to be patient with yourself. This hasn't been an easy road that you've been on, okay? But it's definitely been the kind of thing that has been necessary because you've prepared for this energy, okay? You've been called to prepare because this energy is, it's happening. It's finally happening, okay? It's finally happening, and you're safe to let it happen, okay? You're safe to let it happen, but most importantly than that, you have stability underneath your feet, okay? I want to highlight the fact that this pentacles, coins, however you know this card, the suit of pentacles is associated with the element of earth. So you're not totally rootless, if you will take my meaning on that. You're not totally without a foundation under your feet. Okay. Something has finally knocked this energy loose. Okay. And this energy is coming out of a period of hurt, a period of pain. This is finally healed up enough for you where you can make moves, where you can make the kind of progress you want to make, okay? There's some things that you have to apply to the situation so that you can make the most of it, okay? I'm going to leave that there. I think I've said my piece on that. I should say before we go any further, if you have an interpretation of this reading that you'd like to share, please go ahead and do so. Only if you feel safe. I don't want you to put yourself in an unsafe place if you don't feel the need to. So share if you would like to. The comments are open. Please know that you're not obligated to do that, okay? Let's see what else we need to see. Okay, what else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? Right. I gotta be real honest with you. I'm shuffling the cards, and a lot of them are just sort of falling out everywhere, which is, again, interesting here. Okay, let's see what we need to see, though. Okay, so we're gonna see the Two of Cups. Okay, got our Two of Cups. Okay, got our Two of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. Interesting. Two of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. We have Four of Cups, and we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Okay. So there's a lot of emotion attached to this. Okay. There's, we have the Nine of Cups from the first deck we picked from. But there's definitely a lot of emotion attached to this period of time for you, okay? And I'm getting here because we have our Queen of Cups. Now, this is someone who knows they are a deeply emotional being, okay? Heart on their sleeves, always with the High Court cards. These are the embodiments of the suit, and the Queen of Cups is deeply emotional. They've, again, heart on their sleeves, but they thrive where there's a deep connection to be felt. And yeah, they thrive where there's a deep connection to be felt. Okay, and with respects to the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups, this Four of Cups needs to have a little bit of analysis put to it. This is where I say the wisdom of your past experiences is going to help you here, because you're being given opportunities and things that you might not have considered before. Okay, you have the Eight of Wands, which means something. It's rapid fire movement. This is coming out of a period where you may have felt stuck. Okay, and there's some things that aren't totally aligned. You already have a sense what is and is not right for you. Okay, you already know what you want out of this situation. Okay, however, not everything that's being offered you is going to align with that. Okay, and this is where taking your past experiences and integrating with what you're picking up now, that's going to be very helpful. It's going to be very helpful for you because it's going to help you understand what you need to align that. Okay, what do you need with that? Okay, and as far as what's on your heart, okay, because a lot of this is very, like I said, it's emotional. You have 3 cups out of the 14 cards in the suit. 3 of these, they're cups. They're cups. Again, I say they're tied to your emotions. So what are you feeling? That information is important. Okay, and don't deny what you're feeling, because that'll tell you what you need to know to move forward in this situation. Okay, so let's see what else we need to see. Okay, what more for our main energy do we need to see? Excuse me. All right, and one more shuffle. What more do we need to see? Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by J.R. Rivera. And J.R. Rivera and the artist who did the visuals is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. They created a couple of special cards for this deck, and we're going to see the card that says "You Are One." Okay, look at that. That's okay. You are one. Okay, yeah, you are one. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Knight of Wands. Oh, bestie. Oh, okay, I have a couple of thoughts on this here. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. This is an incredible energy. And I'm being struck by the fact that I think some of you have been hiding away a little bit. Okay, and that could be to do with whatever the three of swords situation is. You've had to kind of hermit mode yourself a little bit so you could heal from that. Okay, more than that, and what struck me when I pulled this card out for this card here is that it suggests your authenticity. Okay, and the reason I'm so struck by it is that this character has a mask on. Okay, it's hiding her true face. It's hiding their true face. And I think for some of you, that has been part of the reason you felt stuck. Okay, part of the reason you felt stuck, again, I say it could have been whatever caused that Three of Swords issue to come up. It's your true self, the true power of your creativity has been hidden away. Okay, and now that you have this opportunity, you have the opportunity to put your mask down for a little bit and let your authenticity shine. Okay, the other thing that I'm so intrigued by here is we have the Air and Fire Dragon. Okay, we have the Air and Fire Dragon. Okay, and we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. Now these are two action taking cards. These are, they're action takers. Okay. Where this is concerned, you are actioning ideas in terms of your creative energies here. You have the fire, you have the passion, you have the ideas. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to do. You know how to take action on it. The reason I'm so jazzed, okay, Air and Fire, okay, the Knight of Swords, the suit of swords is associated with air, okay, it's associated with air, and the Knight of Wands, the suit of wands, is associated with fire, okay. So I mentioned the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Maybe the air signs, here's where I get confused. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, I believe is the other air sign. I could be wrong, but if you are an air sign and you know that you are showing up in this reading, I'm really, really excited to see this for you. Okay. Because there's definitely been a waiting period. Okay, whatever that situation is, it's that waiting period was a time to heal, a time to reflect. Now that we're in a different form of that energy, it's been a long time coming. Okay, I really think this has been a long time coming. Let's see what's hidden. Let's see what our hidden energy has to say on the matter. I think there's more to say about it, and I want to know what that is. So let's see some hidden energy. Okay. Okay, so to start for our hidden energy, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, hidden energy, we're starting with our Two of Swords. Okay, we have Two of Swords. Okay, hidden Two of Swords. We have the High Priestess. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Okay. Now the High Priestess, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay. Seven of Wands. And we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay. So right off the bat with the situation, there's been a few things that have had to you've had to kind of stand up for yourself for. Okay, the Seven of Wands, there's been some conflict, external conflict, I feel, and you've had to stand up for yourself. Okay, but that's caused you some hurt. Here's your Three of Swords. Here's your Three of Swords situation. There have been people who have caused you to feel betrayed, frankly, because these people haven't had your back like you thought they would have, and that betrayal is part of what's caused that Three of Swords energy. So you've had to stand up for yourself, okay? You've had to make some decisions based on the situation that you really didn't feel good about, okay? And maybe you had to make those decisions in haste, so you were missing information, and that caused you to feel very stuck, okay? This is exactly the stuck energy I've been feeling. There it is. There it is, okay? The thing is, this has been, I think your perspective has been such that you've seen the situation as a chance to really go with your gut, to listen to your intuition, to pause, reflect, to really try and understand what it is that you have been experiencing. Okay? Because it's a lot. There's a lot. Okay? And the fact that you have done this reflecting has allowed your situation to heal. Okay? Has allowed you to kind of let go some of the things that would have caused you to hide. Okay? I'm seeing this You Are One card here. Okay? The fact that you've been able to assess the situation that brought you some conflict has really made has really made the difference, because that's meant that you've done the work. Now it's shaken loose, and you can pursue all of the creative ideas and things that you want to do now. Okay? Okay. That is our hidden energy. Got a mad pile of cards. Oh, well. Yeah, mad pile of cards. We've got this stack of cards here. How do we clarify it? What can we do to clarify all of that? Okay, why are we seeing it? How can we best put it to use? Let's see what we need to see for our clarifying energy. Okay, so for clarifying energy, okay, going to see the Five of Swords. Okay. All right, there's our Five of Swords. Clarifying energy, we've got our Five of Swords. Okay. We have the Three of Cups. Okay. Got the Three of Cups. Okay, we've got Five of Swords, we've got Three of Cups. Got Three of Cups again. Oh my god. Okay, so I just as of filming this one, I finished another video that we got repeat cards like this last video. Anyway, Three of Cups and the Page of Swords. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So what's interesting about this now is there has been kind of there's a sense of a victory kind of being marred by defeat. So you've achieved the goal, you got where you wanted to be, but it came at a sacrifice, right? It came at a very big sacrifice. And I don't know that this was one that you wanted to make or intended to make, okay? But it had to be made, okay? It had to be made so that you can put your ideas into action, okay? Because the Page of Swords is, you've come through the journey. This has been very cerebral, okay? It's been all mental. It's been a lot of emotion and a lot of passion attached to this situation, okay? And there are definitely sacrifices that needed to be made, okay? Again, ones that you didn't necessarily think would have to be made, okay? Right? There's that. Where do the Three of Cups come in? Well, to me, the Three of Cups is the people you have around you, okay? Remember we talked about external conflict bringing the sense of betrayal that some people you thought had your back actually didn't have your back. Well, here's the thing that you need to remember. You still have people around you, okay? The Three of Swords often Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is often depicted, especially in the Rider Waite, you'll see a group of people holding cups in the air. To me, that is your support system. These are your friends. These are your chosen family. This is your support system, and this is also your ability to take comfort and joy in the simple pleasures, right? You have worked very hard, okay? You've worked hard to heal your hurts, okay? You're in a good place. I feel confident in saying you're in a good place now, but it's come at the cost of things you thought might not have changed. And, that be sad if you need to be. Don't deny your emotions where it comes to this situation, okay? But please know that the energy you have around you right now is well deserved, okay? Because it kind of unstuck you from a situation you didn't need to be stuck in, okay? So I hope that made sense. That is our main reading. Let's get into our bonus reading and see what we need to see from there, okay? So what do we need to see for our bonus reading? Let's start with some oracles, okay? So to start our bonus reading, we have energy flows where my intention goes, okay? Energy flows where my intention goes, okay? All right. We have the green dragon, which helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, and align with your divine essence. Okay. The green dragon. Okay. The green dragon. We have the wolf, which says be independent but work together. Okay. We have the wolf. Okay. And we have the Sisterhood of Reciprocity. Okay. Sisterhood of Reciprocity. Okay. So Well, the first thing that comes to mind about the card is this wolf card. Because the first thing that I got when I saw all of these together is that it's time to be yourself within a group context. Okay? What I mean by that is that you are an important and valuable individual within your group. Okay? Within your group. Okay? Getting here with the Sisterhood of Reciprocity card. But where I'm trying to go is that you need to understand and take pride in the things you bring to the table for that, right? You're not a lone wolf in this, and it might feel like you are. Maybe there's a sense of isolation, like you're in the group, you're in the room, but you're not really seen, heard, or valued. Okay, which I don't think is true. I'm getting the sense that there are people around you who do see you, who do value you, who do want to hear what you have to say. Okay, because you do the same for them. Okay, again, the idea of reciprocity, you give and others give back to you. You're able to receive that just as they're able to receive your energy, right? It's, yeah, I think it might be time to look at what you bring to the table, because people do actually see and value those things. Okay? And these things, you might not have a good idea of what those things actually are. That's okay. Okay? As long as you are listening to your intuition. Okay, as long as you're taking time to pause and understand where you need to go. Okay, understand where you need to go and then set your intention to go there. Okay, your energy is going to go where your intention goes. If you intend to get up out of bed and go sit on your couch, that's what you're going to do, right? And if you intend to get up and, run errands and be busy, hopefully you get to that. Hopefully you can get yourself to that energy. But as long as you set the intention, your energy is going to help you get there. Okay? So that is our bonus oracle. Let's get into our tarot and see what we need to see. Okay? Okay. So for our bonus tarot, we're going to see the Ace of Cups. Okay. We're seeing the Ace of Cups. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Right? We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. Okay, we have the Hermit. Okay, we have the Hermit. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So, what's interesting about this here is that there is a new opportunity to bring emotional and spiritual growth into your energetic space. Okay, this is okay. Hold on, let me pause it there because I have a better idea that I want to share with you guys. So, there's a period of time here where you are putting in a lot of effort, a lot of diligent effort into things that mean a lot to you. Okay, this could be a creative pursuit, this could be work, this could be whatever it is. It means a lot to you, and you're willing to put in the effort. Okay, because you know that this payoff is going to be sweet, right? This is going to be really good payoff, right? The nice thing about this is that you have with this Ten of Pentacles, especially if it's like a windfall situation, you're going to have what it takes to do your work, to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, friends, and loved ones, and still have plenty more besides that. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with this Eight of Pentacles here. Okay? It requires diligent effort. Okay? And, you know, you have the Ace of Cups and the Hermit here. This hard work it's not new for you, but it's certainly being asked that you apply this effort in a different way, and that might bring a little bit of a chafe because, well, I know how to do this already. Pause. You can learn. You might be an old dog, but you can still learn new tricks. Okay, old dogs can't learn new tricks, right? In this situation, I think it's fair and relevant to say I apologize if that caused any offense. Not my intention. What I mean by that is that mastering a different set of skills for this might come in handy. Okay, because you're on a new part of this path. Okay, and your light is shining. Your light is not gone. Okay, it just needs to shine a little bit differently. Okay, it needs to shine a little bit differently. Okay, all right, I hope that made sense. I am going to call the reading from here, guys. Thank you for being patient. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. I love you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Get in touch with me. If you want a private reading, let me know. After that, I will be back with a new video, guys. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.